Imagine a world where the asteroid never struck, where 65 million years of separation never occurred, where human civilization emerged not in the absence of giants, but alongside them. A world where the Cretaceous period never ended, but instead evolved forward, carrying its ancient inhabitants into the modern age. In our timeline, humans inherited an Earth shaped by extinction. But in this alternate reality, every choice humanity has ever made was constrained by a singular truth. We share this planet with dinosaurs. This is not a world of fantasy or conquest. This is not a world where humans ride velociraptors into battle or tame pteranodons as pets. This is a world of adaptation, of boundaries, of cautious coexistence. The modern cityscape looks familiar at first glance. Skyscrapers rise against the horizon, streets carry traffic, people move through daily routines. But look closer. Every human city is surrounded by reinforced concrete barriers. These walls stand 3 stories tall, constructed from steel-reinforced concrete capable of withstanding massive impacts. Topped with sensor arrays, thermal cameras, and warning lights that glow red in darkness, these barriers are survival infrastructure, as essential as water or electricity. Without them, human civilization in its current form could not exist. The barriers define 2 distinct worlds. Inside, human territory operates under controlled conditions. Outside these walls, the wilderness belongs to creatures that have never stopped evolving, never stopped following behavioral patterns established hundreds of millions of years ago. During certain seasons, ancient migration routes bring massive herds within sight of city limits. Brachiosaurs, standing 40 feet tall at the shoulder, move in herds of 20 or 30 individuals. Each animal weighs upward of 50 tons. When they walk, the ground trembles for hundreds of meters. When they vocalize, the low-frequency calls carry for miles, resonating through concrete and steel. These creatures do not acknowledge human presence. They do not alter their paths to avoid our cities. They simply exist, following migration corridors worn into the earth long before the first human ancestors stood upright. To them, our cities are temporary obstacles, no more significant than rock formations. Cities cannot expand freely. Every new development requires environmental impact assessments accounting for dinosaur behavior patterns. Construction noise must be limited during nesting seasons. Water sources near perimeters must remain accessible to herbivores. The city does not dominate the landscape. It fits into it, carefully, cautiously. Transportation infrastructure evolved under entirely different pressures. Highways are elevated structures, raised 20 feet above ground on massive reinforced pillars. This design provides safety and allows ground-level migration corridors to remain completely undisturbed. Herds pass beneath the highways without obstruction. Every highway includes emergency bunker stations at quarter-mile intervals. These are reinforced survival chambers, built to withstand charging ceratopsians or investigating carnivores. If your vehicle becomes disabled, you have minutes to reach the nearest bunker before attracting attention from below. Railways cut through exclusion zones, but trains are heavily reinforced. Windows are impact-resistant composite materials. Speeds are strictly limited because rapid movement attracts attention. Passengers accept that travel takes longer, that routes avoid territorial boundaries, that trains sometimes stop for hours while predators pass through. Air travel became the primary solution for long-distance transport. Agriculture represents perhaps the most complex compromise between human needs and dinosaur reality. Traditional open-field farming would fail within days. A Brachiosaurus herd passing through an unprotected wheat field would obliterate it completely. Most agriculture occurs within massive reinforced greenhouse complexes. These are industrial-scale facilities built to withstand curious herbivores and testing theropods. Inside, automated systems regulate temperature, humidity, and light. Hydroponics and vertical farming maximize yield because space within protected zones is limited and expensive. Outdoor farming exists within highly controlled environments. Electric fencing surrounds every plot. Motion sensors monitor constantly. Aerial surveillance drones patrol continuously. Harvesting equipment is armored with reinforced cabs and emergency escape systems. Even with all precautions, losses occur. A fence breach can result in total crop loss within hours. Daily life inside human zones maintains surface normality.
We have to adjust by Tuesday.
Oh, look at that, honey. Isn't that wonderful?
People wake to alarms, prepare breakfast, go to work. Children attend school. Families eat together. But this normalcy is underlaid with constant awareness of what exists beyond the barriers. Morning news broadcasts include dinosaur migration updates, showing maps with colored zones, indicating current herd locations. Schools conduct regular evacuation drills.
Name, please. Thank you, next.
Students learn to move quickly but calmly to designated emergency shelters built into every school's foundation. By adolescence, every person can identify dinosaur species from silhouettes, recognize territorial vocalizations, and estimate threat levels based on behavior. This is survival literacy, cultural knowledge passed from generation to generation. Homes in outer city zones are built with reinforced lower floors using military bunker design techniques. Windows on ground level are minimal and impact resistant. Rooftops serve dual purposes: recreational spaces during peaceful times, evacuation points during emergencies. Every household maintains emergency supplies, including scent masking agents, flares, and communication devices. Carnivorous theropods shape every aspect of human existence. These animals do not hunt humans preferentially. We are not their evolved prey. But we are small, vulnerable, and sometimes positioned between a predator and what it wants. Management strategies avoid direct confrontation. Lethal force is a last resort. Killing a predator creates a carcass that attracts more predators. Instead, cities maintain automated deterrent systems. High-frequency sound emitters, strobe lighting, and chemical dispensers create zones that predators learn to avoid. Observation posts ring every major city, staffed 24 hours a day. They monitor territories using thermal imaging, motion sensors, and direct visual observation. When sensors detect a large predator approaching, protocols activate automatically. Perimeter zones clear. Emergency broadcasts are sent. Transportation reroutes. The city transitions to heightened alert. Technology developed not to conquer nature, but to coexist with it. Satellite networks track major dinosaur populations. AI systems analyze decades of data, predicting migration routes months in advance. Scientists maintain databases on individual dinosaurs. Some brachiosaurs have been observed for over 80 years. The goal is not exploitation, but understanding. Every discovery reinforces a humbling truth. Dinosaurs have succeeded for hundreds of millions of years. Education incorporates dinosaur ecology from early childhood. Children learn species identification before algebra. International cooperation operates on unprecedented scales. Dinosaur populations ignore borders. Migration corridors cross dozens of nations. Economic structures adapted to resource scarcity. Land suitable for development is limited. Property values reflect proximity to barriers. Industries cluster in defended zones. Remote work became standard decades earlier than in our world, from necessity. Some communities exist outside protected zones in elevated structures built into cliffs or forest canopies. They possess advanced technology adapted for rapid deployment. They represent an alternative approach, integration into the dinosaur world on a smaller, more cautious scale. Cultural attitudes vary, but certain themes remain universal. There is no romanticization. These are not noble beasts to admire. They are ecological forces, as indifferent to human well-being as hurricanes. They are worthy of respect because they are successful, not because they are beautiful. Religious frameworks evolved to incorporate this reality. Some view humans as stewards of a world they were never meant to dominate. Others see coexistence as a test of adaptive intelligence. None claim humans are the pinnacle of creation. The evidence against such claims walks past city walls every migration season. The question is not whether humanity can thrive alongside dinosaurs. The evidence shows we can. Cities function, technology advances, populations grow within limits. The question is what this coexistence costs. We cannot expand freely. We cannot claim territories on impulse. Every generation is born into a contract written millions of years before human intelligence emerged. The terms are non-negotiable. This is not a world of adventure. This is a world of acceptance. Of recognizing that intelligence does not equate to dominance, that survival requires working within constraints. As sunset approaches, the city transitions to night protocols. Perimeter lighting intensifies. Observation posts increase staffing. Automated systems run diagnostics. Outside the barriers, shadows lengthen. Nocturnal species stir. Somewhere in the distance, a sauropod calls to its herd, a low-frequency pulse that carries for miles, resonating through concrete and steel. We are not alone here. We have never been alone here. The asteroid never struck. The giants never fell. This thought experiment reminds us that dominance is not destiny, that intelligence means adapting, not conquering. If this exploration of an alternate Earth made you think differently about our relationship with nature, consider subscribing. There are more worlds to imagine, more questions to explore. Thank you for watching.